The Malaysian mid-size executive sedan is a market that is filled with great competitors such as the Toyota Camry, the Honda Accord, and a host of very exciting and colourful vehicles. Now, it's not often that we get to see an American vehicle in that list, but here's something that's going to change that. This is the brand new Chevrolet Malibu, and we're going to see if the American muscle car image is going to be enough to actually push this car forward against the competitors. Let's go and check it out. The fact is, this car looks very muscly, but it's also aerodynamic, so let's go and check it out. This is the design language that has been adapted by Chevy. First up is, of course, the imposing dual aperture grille over here that is really in your face and tells you, hey, I've arrived with style, especially with this bow tie Chevy branding on top of it. The grille actually houses a very clever passive wind resistance blocker, so it makes sure that the whole thing is more aerodynamic than what it really might look like. But on top of that, not only is the grille aerodynamic, but the headlamps, which are HID units by the way, are also aerodynamic along with the rest of the body. The body line of the car is interesting because it's got interesting lines that sort of like disappears over here, and it gives way to a very muscly rear rump, which looks really good. Now let's see what sort of black stuff you get on all four corners of the car. This car comes with Bridgestone 245/45/18 tires, which looks good, but it also comes with 18-inch wheels, which look alright. Now if you're clever and you're creative, I can imagine you spending a little bit of money and getting a really nice set of wheels, especially if your car is black. You're going to look like you're rolling it down with style on Rodeo Drive. This car has that sort of presence to it because it's rather large, right? But what about the design at the back? Let's go and check it out. The whole aerodynamic theme is continued at the back. Now if you look at the boot lid over here, it has a slight swipe upwards, and that's actually to help with the airflow. Now that's not the main feature. Of course, the main feature is you're buying a Chevy, you want to remind yourself that this is the maker of American muscle cars over here. So the tail lamp actually is reminiscent to the Camaro, and that is really gorgeous. The newer cars actually have a single lens, which I think loses out on this dual square per side design language, and it to me just looks really good. Now how about the boot? This car comes with a sizable boot, 462 liters to be exact, and you can definitely fit a lot of luggage inside here. And of course the seats also come with 60/40 split, but we already know that. What we definitely want to know is how the car fares inside. But before we get inside, check this out. I can actually start the car using the remote. Wow. Guys, welcome to the cockpit. And the fact that I actually started the car before even getting in means that the car is nicely cool by the time I get in, thanks to the air conditioning already running. Okay, let's have a look at what we have over here. Continuing with the Camaro theme, we've got this double square binoculars in front of me, and that really is beautiful. I love that because it just reminds me that, you know, it makes me think that I'm driving something that's completely different, and that's great. The quality of the finish, I have to address that first because that's the part I like the least. It's not to say that it's badly put together, it's just that the selection of the materials, it may not feel not premium, but it looks not premium. This finish and the chrome, it just doesn't have a very expensive look to it, which I wish that they would go with something a lot simpler, you know, more mainstream. I don't know, but it just doesn't. This surface, that, and this, it just doesn't make me think that I'm driving a really posh car, which I'm not, but I like to think that I am. What you got over here is a very useful and driver-friendly cockpit position, because you've got everything over here with your buttons and your dials, and you've got enough cubby holes and plenty of space. You've got the USB port and all that in there. At night, this car actually has a very nice feel to it because it's got this blue ambient lighting, which actually really does come out from here, but the reflection is on this chrome strip, and that really does look the business. I love that. The other thing that I also like about this center console is you've got this secret storage compartment inside here where you can store your sunglasses and your wallet and your touch and go and smart tag to be in particular, because nobody will know that it's back there. This is a touchscreen ICE unit, however it doesn't come with sat-nav, or at least I can't find the sat-nav on it, but when you start the car up it says searching for satellite, which is kind of weird. There's GPS in this car but there's no sat-nav, so I don't know what that is for. But the driving position and the way the car looks and feels is alright. One thing though, being in a D-segment market, you'd expect that they give attention to the passengers in front as well as at the back. The thing is, at the back it's not as big as the other cars in the market, but also you don't get stuff like aircon vents at the back, which I think is kind of a shame really, because you really should have stuff like that when you're playing in this market. But enough about all that, let's take this car for a drive. Right then, you'll notice that I'm actually wearing a beach inspired shirt because this is a Chevy Malibu, right? So it's got to feel like a day out at the beach. Well, this is exactly what we're going to try to find out right now, if this car is indeed a day out at the beach to drive. Let's go through the basics first. It's very simple. The car comes with a 2.4 litre Ecotec engine. It is a 4-cylinder engine and it pushes out 165 brake horsepower and 225 Newton meters of torque. And it is paired with a regular 6-speed automatic that comes with a manual override, which is, I've never seen this before, I've got to tell you this. To get to manual, you just need to push the gear down and you can control from these two buttons up here, up, down. I've never seen a configuration like this. There are no driving modes for you to choose from. There are no vehicle performance adjustments and stuff like that. So whilst this car may actually want you to think that you're driving a performance car, it does not come with the features that are normally associated with a performance car. So what can we deduce from that? Simply that this car is supposed to be a point A to point B in as much comfort and with as much agility as possible. Speaking of agility, let's address gripe number one. This car comes with electric power steering and it just does not feel very responsive, at least to me it does, and you don't know what's going on with it half the time. It's nicely weighted, I'll give that to it. It's actually nicely weighted and it's actually responsive to the speed that you're driving. So when you're doing slow city maneuvers, the steering is actually lighter, which is kind of good, and then when you're going faster it is heavier. But it doesn't give you, it doesn't talk to you. It doesn't tell you that you're losing grip here, you're losing grip there, stuff like that. Good thing that the car actually comes with a host of acronyms to help you stay in check. You've got traction control and electronic stability assistance and all that. So the car actually is quite stable to drive, and if you take it up to speed, it's actually not that bad, but taking it up to speed is a little bit of a fuss because number one, when you put pedal to the metal, you can hear the engine roar quite loudly, and I don't quite like that for a D-segment car. I think it should have a little bit more refinement. Driving position's alright. The seats are power adjustable, so you actually get to choose the best driving position that you want. And the steering is also height and rake adjustable, so really you can choose whatever driving position that you want. Visibility all round is pretty good. The rear screen does appear a little bit on the small side because it's raked so much, so the angle and looking at the rear view mirror, it does make you feel that you're driving a car with a small rear screen. So visibility out back is so it's okay. It's not bad, but it's okay. This car is meant to be it's supposed to give you comfort, it's supposed to give you space, it's supposed to give you presence, which it does, because in the metal the car actually looks very handsome, and it's got a commanding presence in the metal, and that's really good. But as far as power delivery goes, it's creamy, it's comfortable, it is efficient, it is not exciting. and well, these are basically the bottom line of what you'll get when you're driving a Chevy Malibu. So the question is this Malibu right in the good side of the books in the D-segment market? Well, 3 different points. In terms of design, yes, because it's got presence and it looks shebang. Now, in terms of power and performance, you win some, you lose some. There are some competitors that are more powerful and some that are not as powerful. And ride-wise, similarly. But it is in the tech and equipment part that this car loses out, because it doesn't have a lot going on with it, especially when you're considering all the other Japanese and Korean guys out there who's giving a lot of choice at this price range. Now, in this particular segment, there's only one other American, which is Ford with its aging Mondeo. Trust me, when the Mondeo comes with the latest iteration, this car is going to be biting the dust. But nonetheless, if style and presence is what you want, this car has bucket loads of it. The Chevrolet Malibu.